Syrup Village, Kuro, Usopp. Let's go! Episode 4. Yep, there's Zoro. I wonder if Mary's still alive. Who's that? This is Zoro's soundtrack, isn't it? Zoro's logo. What we gonna get from Zoro now?
Okay, we're here to help. Isn't that right?
By all means.
By all means. I love Helmeppo. By all means. Love that.
Luffy.
What's up? Oh yeah, he eaten the soup. Poisonous one.
What is he doing here?
Just wish I could have asked him how it tasted.
Tasted like poison, idiot.
Aye, Captain.
Woohoo! So she know the stuff now.
Don't you
Nami.
dare
Arm Usopp coming into the mansion. What a bell is this? Marines!
We're looking for a fugitive. Goes by the name of Luffy.
Belongs to one of the lowly criminals Usopp has introduced, lady of the house.
I have one of the staff members keeping an eye on him now. He didn't let him in. That's so weird.
Stick to the captain's plan.
Alright, so they're giving Luffy to the Marines. Such a twist of action. Yeah?
For a pirate, nothing is ever enough.
Bang! That's a quick one.
He's lying. Everything he says is enough out of you.
Helmeppo playing very good. Usopp is cracking as expected and nothing he can do. Sadly for Usopp, but he needs to leave other matters to other people because of his image. If you're not building up the image, that's what you get, sadly. That was very weird. Alright? Shimotsuki Village! Got it. That's looking so bloody cool. Okay, such a pressure. Ah, Leo Zoro.
You're dropping your elbow.
We're not friends, Kuina.
No friends, good,
Your
good.
movement.
And one day, I'm gonna surpass you. Then I'm gonna be the world's greatest swordsman.
Okay.
Let's fight with real blades to see who's best.
Fight for the real swords? Yeah, he can't do anything.
Don't call Claudor. He's the one trying to hurt you.
Usopp.
Usopp speaking with True is kind of... Whatever he says is always gonna be a lie, sadly.
I don't think you know what the truth is.
Yep, Usopp. Can't do anything.
What the hell happened?
The orange-haired girl.
Another bell? They have so many guests.
The time
Oh, it's not a bell. What is this? What is that? I know they had money, but that kind of defenses?
Thank God you're still alive.
So now she's supposed to, I guess she can trust Nami? What is this costume, Pucci?
If we stay here, we die. We have to leave. Now.
We have to leave, and that's very good. That's Nami stating the point. That's a bummer that Luffy is taken. Zoro, the only one who can help out. He's still using his butler suit. The others can change.
We have to go.
There you are, Miss.
Holy moly! Kind of vicious man! Two swords, okay. Let's see their fight on the real swords. The childhood friend, best friend,
Ready to
or
learn your
best
lesson?
nemesis. Whoa! That's a serious attacks. How old they are? Underage, clearly. She stopped.
Shut up and fight!
He's getting reckless now. Oh, it fall! Yeah, that's it. So best friends then. Fight was tense, I must say. I was kind of speechless. It was very nice fight compared to anime version. This one was way better. Yeah.
Don't be an idiot.
Don't be an idiot.
Don't you get it?
I said it in the One Piece, and when I was watching Isbran, I'm gonna say it again. This is a bullshit because One Piece do not reframe that kind of stuff. This is an anime. Probably in real world, yeah, most likely, but not in a One Piece.
Boys.
Unless this is the real world adaptation, we'll see.
I, Roanoke Zoro, about to fight, train, and kick your butt.
This kid is good. I've got chills literally, yeah? It is a good moment
Then
also.
I, Shimotsuki Kuina, about to fight, train, and kick your butt
Kick your butt.
every day.
Nicely done. I love that flashback. And I'm having chill all over. But Luffy, they take in literally Luffy's body. They don't even check he's alive.
You know, you're the only person I know who'd actually feel bad about capturing the fugitive you're supposed to capture.
That's so true. Garp is... I mean, he is smart in this series. Well, he's actually alive.
You got something to say?
Holy shit. Yeah.
Big creepy room, no problem.
No problem. I love that. Big creepy room, no problem. You could keep that on, actually.
It's a spider.
I literally have no idea what's gonna happen now.
I'd be so disappointed.
Not
They
really.
want you to survive. And that is exactly what
Nami's
we
on the
want.
money, I think, now. So, do he had an idea that in the parents' room it's gonna be another he had. Now he knows where they are. What's this?
Sensei, I was just waiting for Kuina.
She's gone.
Yeah. She's gone. Just after making a promise. And you are the only one who can make it happen. Funeral, yeah? Zoro had such a sad life, isn't it?
Sensei, please give me the honor of allowing me to carry Kuina's sword. Because Kuina and I made a promise. That one of us become the world's greatest swordsman to ever live.
Sadly, in this live action, actually, a pretty chunk of portion was actually cut. We didn't get attached too much to this Kuina girl, sadly. And we just need to know that Kuina was actually the best friend and the best opponent and the best nemesis, every single best for Zoro. And she passed away. What now? Don't fall down now. That must be pretty deep, though, to give Zoro such a problem.
I gotta go back.
Why?
The butler. He's gonna kill Kaya.
And how he supposed to know that? Did he overhear stuff?
God gave us strict orders.
He gave you strict orders. Start walking, pirate, or die.
Ah, Zoro.
Hey, haircut.
Take haircut.
Hey, you know where to find me.
I didn't. Thought I was headed back to the house.
Wrong direction though.
But I'm gonna go back and help my friends. So don't try to stop me.
Interesting threat. He's threatening him. Kobe's supposed to be shitting himself right now. Yeah. Under the table. Wow.
Boy, sniveling little brat! Make my tea, brush my hair. All I wanted to do was rip your tongue out.
Oh, lifting up. They are here already. Kuro gives such a speech.
Let's split up.
Split up. I mean, obviously Kaya's room is it's upstairs. Must be the Shaman Buchi, isn't it? You wanna fight back with Kuro? To get yourself killed. He is fast. Buchi, your suit. Who you are, superhero? Batman? Bucci Batman? Oh, she's fighting with a broom? What weapon she got? No, she has some... It is a broom, but the other one is a sword, I guess.
Goodbye, Miss Sky.
Uh-huh. So Luffy's coming in.
Poor sap. So you think you want to be a pirate?
I was a captain for years. Did I get in return? A life of worry and a target on my back as wide as the East Blue.
And that was too much for you, so you wanted to relinquish, yeah?
I've killed more crewmates than I care to remember. They're expendable. Every single one of them.
Okay. That's such a combo attack. Bucci. I still cannot Bucci's thing. She stole a sword.
You gave up on your dream. No one who does that can ever call themselves a pirate.
How Luffy gonna manage to defeat him if he can't even see him? Closing his eyes, it's a even bit better handicap.
Looks like you're the one giving up now.
Oh! He heard him, his movement. But he need to tell the others to stay quiet then. Okay. And he still have two other swords though, Zoro. He got back his sword. Time to finish it! Not worth even slicing, yeah? They don't have a bounty, I think. Or maybe they have, I don't remember right now. Holy moly. Luffy's quite capable here, isn't it? Nobody would expect. Especially when he was failing with the beginning with Buggy. But he's strong. Oh my god! Woo! And the supports as well got crushed, yeah? Alright. And how we gonna collect a bounty now, huh?
Sorry.
He wants a bounty. Zoro wants a bounty.
Too bad we can't collect their bounty.
Ooh.
No. We don't even have a ship.
Yes. You do.
Very interesting. They gained themselves a ship. Don't make me wrong. She can collect bounty for those pirates, yeah, for this Kuro and the others. So giving them the ship is just like an exchange, right? Of a goodwill, of course. They got the ship.
We ran the shipyard after my parents passed. Who was their dearest colleague, my oldest companion.
Then his memory will live on. I hereby name this ship the Going Merry.
It's yours now.
Very interesting. I got the chill if he named the moment he named the bloody ship. Yeah, such a successful crew, isn't it?
Usopp! Get your stuff. You're coming with us.
So Kaya gonna be alone again.
Just come on already. I'm gonna need a great sharpshooter, just like Usopp.
I couldn't leave Sir Village.
Come on, you don't even have those newbies gang with you. Still, you're gonna leave Kaya behind. That's so true.
What about Kaya? She needs me to take care of her.
I mean, she's not gonna be longer sick, right?
I leave you. This is goodbye.
I expect to hear all about the real adventures of Captain Usopp.
Captain Usopp, she have high hopes for him to be a captain.
They do know I'm the captain, right?
Yeah, because he's the captain. Looks like we're gonna plot some romance here in the live action, which I actually like. So they sailing out. Just one thing is missing on that ship, the Jolly Roger. He's sitting at front. I must be Luffy. Yeah, the Going Merry is there. Alright? What's that? Everybody making their own rooms, or there's gonna be one room? Even though the Zoro Village is not super wanted chapter to go through, now, thanks to that chapter, we're getting a ship, we're getting a solid crew already. Yeah, just who's gonna make the food, isn't it? This is quite big.
Told you it would work out.
Yeah, the bed.
Yeah, well, don't get used to it.
Yeah, he ran away, so no bounty gonna be collected, sadly.
I failed to capture the target.
Go kill yourself. That's what Morgan would say.
The real lesson here, always have a backup plan.
Always have a backup plan, it's very good idea.
Mission accomplished.
So he was having his backup, yeah?
I made us a new Jolly Roger for the ship.
I already drew our flag.
Okay, but this one is so much better.
Neither of the flags are gonna scare anyone away.
I am the captain. We are the strong.
They argue.
I am Captain Usopp. From now on, it's all gonna be smooth sailing.
Except there's garb on your tail. Why there is a garb? Finally, stuff is happening.
You had to open your mouth.
You have to open your mouth. Holy moly.
Grandpa? Grandpa?
They all stand. That's it. Holy moly, holy George. I cannot even spell anything. Holy moly, holy Jolly Roger, holy grandpa. Holy shit. Stuff is happening. We finally went through Zero Village. It was a tough one, I must say. Even though Usopp did do great job there. So the episode was kind of too dark. I know what you guys can say, but still was a great episode. Now we're gonna have it even. This is the perfect pathing for the greatness, because now it's the One Piece, true One Piece all about. Next episode. Then from next episode it's gonna be amazing, because Buggy and Kuro were very side characters. I still very much impressed by Buggy, the genius jester. Yeah, Morgan was also a side character. Now the stuff is happening, even though I cannot even imagine that we having Garp here. I wonder what's gonna happen in the conversation, because, you know, I cannot spoil it, so I don't want to tell you how they run away in the anime from Garp. They have no such a tricks in their slave to do the same thing. So something else have to happen. I have no idea what is gonna happening. I'm loving it. This is the moment which I literally do not know what's gonna happen, even though I've watched couple hundred episodes of One Piece. That's why I love this show. I am shocked, I am stunned, I am amazed by this production. Those two episodes was kind of below the line, still super hype. Holy shit. Alright, I need to do some work here and find out the characters, the cast which I will be doing, so give me a moment and see you in a roll check. Welcome to the roll check. I'm trying to be consistent, so 4 characters, 4 cast. Who's those 4 gonna be? So I'm gonna start with Kuina. Still, this actor is 14 years old, probably a little bit older now. So I'm gonna be extremely light and extremely easy, the same as another actor to justify the young Zoro. Then I'm gonna go kind of on your request, ladies and gents. I'm gonna review Luffy for you. Let's see how much this changes over those couple of episodes. And then I'm gonna, because this episode was like a following, there was no more cast revealed, so I'm gonna go back to episode 1 and I'm gonna review, ladies and gents, for the first time, Alvida. Let's start. Energy match, which means how good the actors, the cast adapt to the series from One Piece. The next judgment will be on the line deliveries, which means their best lines in the series, in the episodes, how they perform, how much impactful was that. To me, no comparison for the anime, it's just my own experience of it. Then we're gonna go to the movement, which is again compared to anime, appearance, body language, fights, etc. Anything visual here, might be even an animations here as well. And lastly, I'm gonna go to emotions, so how well I view this character, how much I like it. So let's start. First character, Kuina, ladies and gents. So the 14 years old Kuina has to be judged extremely lightly, so I'm gonna give additional 1 point for Zoro and Kuina from the start, simply because they are young. She is well trained, skillful, for sure. She is having that kind of a breakdown that she will never take over dojo, and she has in mind that she'll never gonna be the best swordsman, which is why she is kind of vicious, she is kind of angry and not speaking much, constantly improving her skills. Our Kuina from the live action, I really like her performance in case of swords play, all of that. It's a really high level and it's really matching. She is very confident, which is very good because she is very confident she can beat Zoro down, so that's not a problem here at all. And that's about it, because again, this is a flashback, so not many stuff we can talk here and now because this character only taking such a short period of time. So how I would actually judge it is because she got persuaded, so that's a 1 point down, but again, it's not fault of the actor, it's fault of her line given. Her swordplay is very good and I like it. I added Kuina and Zoro here actually for the main reason because I actually like how those two plays. Even though it's not super, you know, top-notch relevant to the anime adaptation. Again, this is live action, it's supposed to be different. So, in my opinion, if somebody will have 10 points, might be something dodgy and fishy here. I will give Kuina here a 8, literally, because it was very good, nicely done, and I cannot go super high simply because it's not much stuff to show, but with an additional point, because she's only 14, she's getting 9. How I perceive young Zoro here. So, sadly we didn't give too much of stuff after Kuina's death because that's a moment when Zoro literally snapped. He was super angry, super vicious, he will literally become an animal. But here he calmly asked for the souls, which I don't like it at all, because Zoro were simply too calm. But again, it's not an actor fault, it's a line, but it's a big minus actually. In the flashback also, it's supposed to be a Zoro training fault because he came to the dojo with raw skill, if that's overstatement, because Zoro only knew how to stand with the swords, and that's it. He is cocky, he wanted to take down the dojo, eventually he wanted to become dojo's master. This thing to be greater swords in the world develop probably inside this dojo. So Zoro's supposed to be cocky, supposed to be angry afterwards, so the main reason which gonna scale down Zoro is basically after Kuina's death, because all stuff before is actually very well done, considering the beginning of the dojo it was missed. So I'm gonna give exactly like Kuina 8, because it's short amount of time, so I cannot give 9 or 10. And that there is an additional point which I decided to give, it's gonna be 9 again. Next is Luffy, a recap, how things changed. So Luffy had majority, almost every single episode, there is loads of stuff considering Luffy. Has he changed? There's still few things which I don't like in Luffy, surprisingly, which is he's overly too smart for Luffy from the anime. Not that he is super smart, he's just way smarter than his anime version of it. That's a big minus. I'm trying to think other minuses of Luffy because obviously there's a ton of pluses. So I'm focusing on minuses. He was at the very beginning, I think in episode 1, extremely sneaky, but this actually proves, because with Buggy, he wasn't sneaky at all literally, but he was still smart. With Furo now, there was no option to be sneaky, he got those poisoned pretty early on, and yeah, that actually very Luffy-like, so this habit of being sneaky actually slowly fade away, so that's an improvement for Luffy. So yes, I'm gonna give it 9. The only one thing is just way too smart. Alvida doesn't have much of stuff shown, so obviously I cannot give her 10. She's supposed to be overly focused on her look or her skills, on everything, or especially of her prestige, and it's beautifully done in adaptation as well. Her main focus is exactly on that. And yes, surprisingly, I cannot speak much. She is a little bit dumb, I think on the same level as Luffy, and that was proven. I'm gonna give her 8. Simply because I'm starting with a 9, because she doesn't have enough stuff to show. I'm looking for her minuses still. She got angry exactly on the point when she's supposed to. She did a brilliant job considering how short, you know, she was shown in anime. Still, I'm gonna give her 9 because it starts from the 9. She didn't do any blunder. 9, yes. Wow. So far, very top-notch stuff here. Everybody's getting 9s. Line delivery. So Kuina's line delivery will be on 2 things, you know, when she was defeating Zoro and how she acted. So she just calmly walked away. She was playing big on him, very good. And then obviously the moment when she was telling that Zoro eventually surpassed her, she could add a little bit more emotions into that, but again, she's 14, but I'm not gonna give her more points. A point was already given that. I'm just gonna treat her kind of lightly here. Because considering she's 14, she did a brilliant job. 7.9. Zoro's line delivery, okay, this is not a comparison to anime, so his moment convincing actually Kuina was, in my opinion, slightly better than Kuina's overall, yes. And everything else also applies because he is also 14 years old, if I'm correct. Yeah, the only problem with that, but again, this is not problem of the actor, it is a problem of his line, because after Kuina's death he's supposed to get mad and he did not get mad, and just simply asking, I don't really like this as much, I'm gonna give him 7. Luffy's line delivery, and hell, he delivers every single time, even though this is not anything comparing to anime, and I love how he sit on the table in the previous episode. And here, he was more of a fighting in this scene, so not much of his line delivery. Again, he beat down Kuro, alright, it's good stuff. It's not mine. I mean, overall, Luffy's line delivery is very good. And I cannot give anything else than a 10. 10 because Luffy well deserved this one. Alvida line delivery is gonna be a tough one because that was episode 1 and she had such a short period of time on the scene. Still, I think she did better job than Sham and Butchie in these 2 episodes. But they are just side characters. I mean, Sham's supposed to be a dumb one, empty one who's just following, and Butchie, I'm not sure it was a woman, but this doesn't really matter. Line delivery for Alvida. She was doing pretty good job in her stuff with Kobe, and that's what I will be focusing on. So I'm gonna give her 8. Simply because her anger was kind of too low than expected. Movements, Kuina, oh my days. I definitely like every single portion of her movements, her sword style. Simply because it's short amount of time, so I'm not giving 10s. With a short amount of time, I'm giving 9s and nothing to be taken off. It's clearly a 9. It's clearly a 9 for movements. However, I do still think that they are still way too old than they supposed to be, and this is also a matter of the appearance, because I do believe, okay, even though that period took 8 years, I know, so I would actually expect, you know, some development there, simply because, again, this is not an actor fault, it is, you know, the whole thing, the whole scenery, that I would like to see the progress in that dojo, and I didn't show it, so for both of them, actually, I'm gonna take half point for that, because either Kuina or Zoro, you know, they supposed to have some variations. I know it's gonna be very hard, or maybe and it's to put another cast in there. However, you know, I mean, they could change something. I do not know what they actually could do. Put some kind of blur, something to show that there is, and you know, 8 years going on into that when he came and when he leaves. Even put adult Zoro there at the end just to show that at the end he is an adult, but no. So none of that actually happened. I know time restrictions, everything, but I'm gonna take half points for both of the ways. So I'm gonna give 8.5. And the same goes with Zoro. simultaneously well done executed fighting sword slide. It's top notch. It's just, you know, the appearance which I would like to have, you know, more versions than just consistently so one version of the appearance of the older. I would like them to be younger, see the progress there. So I'm gonna give 8.5. For the movements of Luffy, I'm also need to judge the animations. Do I like the animations, the style, and the fights, the animations, body language of Luffy with interactions with a crew, everything top notch. It's a 10. Alvida movement, I think it was gonna be lacking here a little, simply because I do believe, and because this is in comparison to anime, and Luffy nailed it. And the others nailed it as well. They just simply appearance was kind of fading away a little bit of a point. And Alvida was too good. Luffy's supposed to be good because this is an East Blue. He's supposed to be a powerhouse here. Alvida is not. Alvida is very strong and remarkable pirates here. Yes, agree. However, her fights, you know, she have brute strength. Agree. But everything else was done at random, and I do believe Alvida got way too good to the handle. Although her appearance, when at the very beginning in episode 1, she literally jumped because she's too strong, but she couldn't control her landing, and basically, you know, she was like all over the place in anime. Here, she was smooth, she was fighting, she had the fighting style, she had different weapons, she got like so much stuff. However, I think it was simply too good. 7.5. Emotions. So how I view the whole backstory of Zoro. It was different, and I expected something different because live action is delivering everything different. When I'm trying to remember what was happening, clearly their show for the fighting on the swords was pretty neat, top-notch stuff. And this is what I have in my head. Sadly, I still have in my head the conversation when Zoro was convincing Kuina, and that was not much of the emotions. Based on that, you know, there was a very good stuff and the good stuff, so I have to mix it up. I'm gonna give 7.5 for Kuina. Now the emotions, what I get a little bit of a disappointment on the line what Zoro gets, but at the end, after Kuina's death, because till that, he is getting exactly like Kuina's. I'm feeling bad here for Kid Zoro because he did all what he could. He did very good job. And he's gonna be below Kuina, I think, because I see he's getting every single thing exactly the same. A part of some of the lines for Zoro after Kuina's death is not right. Even though he's supposed to be mad, vicious, violent, animal, crazy, I don't know, overflowing with anger, I also like this version of Zoro. And simply because I like it. And it's different than anime, yes, but I like it. I'm gonna give him 8. I just gonna give him 8 because, yeah, he did a pretty good job there. Luffy. Luffy's emotions always striking hard. And I must say, he improved by a lot. Because episode 1, he was sneaky, he was this, he was that. He's slowly starting to nail it, if you know what I mean. He's starting to play exactly how Luffy like. Again, sometimes he will get just, you know, the lines which are all over the place, sadly for Luffy. Like when he got the idea how to deal with Buggy, that's not what happened. The all credit for winning with Buggy supposed to gain Nami. That's supposed to be from the Nami's perspective when she tied up her parts of Buggy with a rope. In the live action, Luffy made the plan, so I didn't like that part. I didn't actually like this bit, and this was gonna decrease a little bit, because normally I would give it 10, because he gave me a damn good emotions. With Kaya, with Morgan, when even the fights with Morgan, I wasn't too much of a happy with what was happening, because he's supposed to beat him down easily alone. With Kuro, yes, he was listening, but there's supposed to be more lines between Kuro. Here it was mostly pure fight. There was no deep connections between him and Kuro. Kuro and Luffy supposed to be ashamed of Kuro, but the other lines was nailing badly. I'm gonna give him 9. And emotions from Alvida. At the beginning, I was laughing on her appearance. I don't know why, but I was like, this is Alvida, and I was like laughing from the teaser. After that, that was really actually fitting for her. I don't know how she's gonna, you know, come back with different shape, We'll see. She did a good vibes. Actually, considering that she wasn't as good as supposed to be in case of the adaptation. I don't want to say anything, but Alvida gives me I'm having a good time spent in episode 1 with Alvida actually, and I like it. And I have no problem with it too, and I was really enjoying. She was like Kuro, she was solid. She was actually solid in that stuff. I'm gonna give it like 7.5. Yeah, I'm gonna give her 7.5. So we literally getting Luffy. Again, we were supposed to expect Luffy to be the best. And yeah, this actually recap suits good. The only problem with Luffy, when he basically, some people were saying he was born to get that role. Maybe it's agreed. The only problem with Luffy in live action that sometimes he's getting lines which never will appear from normal Luffy, because in case of the style of the art what he producing, Luffy and Iñaki Peña, I do believe, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's fitting for the role. It is very good. So whatever taking you points from number 10 is the lines what you are getting, because behavioral adaptation you are very good. Just the lines, maybe try to be less smart in there, maybe try to tweak the lines if you have opportunity, if you have even options, because you know sometimes we're not gonna get that much. Overall you have 9.5, and those 5 is to be overly cautious, still it's probably gonna take a little bit of points, and overly smart. In comparison, of course, for the Luffy from the anime. But I think loads of them is actually overly smart, because even Zoro having the same issue. He is sharper than Nami. Let's go to the rankings. As we see the chart, we're having a new leader here, which is Luffy, but I do believe Luffy and Zoro having such an amazing time and having such an amazing, you know, cast there, that it's gonna be like switching places, and I believe every single time I'm gonna do the recap here, because both of them are top notch. The only problem for both of them is actually the lines, the whole script, what they have to say. In case of adaptation, they are extremely well done, with the behavior extremely well done, appearance and body language top notch, and obviously the lines are actually hurting them a little bit. Then we having Nami, but again, Nami is, you know, with Luffy and Zoro, they progressing with every next episode what they making, they getting better and better, and this is amazing. Who would expect that those characters can still bring the even better than A game? They are literally born for this role, period. With Nami, which is top 3, it's kind of tough, because I do believe she have way tougher lines than the other two. And again, this is not Nami's fault, it is basically lines, because she is very complicated woman in anime, and she have very mixed up feelings. She is faking some stuff, she is trying to take a best of her and trying to not be herself. So basically Nami in the anime is actually an actor who is not following her own feelings, at least until certain point. So yeah, Nami still didn't get to that point, so she is not herself in the anime, so try to adapt to that. I think Nami, out of every cast which I give it to her, have the toughest job, because Nami is so layered. The character of Nami is actually so complicated, so layered, that I'm still surprised that she is a thief, she is overly smart, she is a navigator, she has so many skills, and it's hard to know, to show, to combine. It needs time, it needs with every next episode shining different skills, and you know, you need to learn it on the go, because I don't know how long it was actually casting, the recording, all of that, but you know, and she's doing it best, and she's damn good at it, because the only pointers which are actually taking away from her is literally the lines which she needs to follow. Then surprisingly we have very solid, but not as great, I'm calling it solid Kuro. So yeah, and considering the top 3 having some kind of problems with the lines, Kuro got the good lines and he did a solid job, that's why he's top 4. Then we're having Kuina and Buggy, and Kuina is, you know, it's a child, so yeah, and she did a very, very well done job. And then Buggy, so you know, you did pretty pretty well done as Buggy, same with young Zoro. Literally the same amount. Let me double check. Yeah, Buggy 8.1 and Zoro 8.1. So young Zoro, very amazing job. And Kuina 8.2, slightly above. But on the other side, you know, Zoro also get more tougher lines. Young Zoro, I'm talking here, because he also have all of these bits, which was after Kuina's death, which, you know, it is not easy, especially those kind of feelings to bring it out. Then you're getting El Meppo, you know, and imagine that. I called Helmeppo a genius, I think. If not, I'm calling him a genius now. He, so far, with every next episode, nailing every single bloody time, and I'm loving it. Helmeppo, how much you get? 8. So, I'm loving every character. I'm literally loving. I'm gonna support them and follow it every single time when they're getting 8.4 bloody sure. And the other 8 pointers is actually Alvida here as well. Sadly, the characters which having less points is more layered, more complicated. Usopp is, as we see, still on the better side, on the best side than on the weaker side. It is still following the footsteps of the 8 pointers, which is very good. And maybe some appearance, maybe some kind of stuff. We will have so many more stuff, because Usopp is also a layered person, so we're gonna break it down, we're gonna snap it, we're gonna tear him apart slowly, and we're gonna know more of Usopp with every next episode, without a doubt. So yeah, we just wait for Usopp, eventually he will explode. Sadly, which I cannot really tell about Captain Morgan, which series basically ends for him. He did a solid job. I think he did for Morgan's problem, he did way too much than he should, and that's why he lowered it down, because the adaptation fall him apart. Then we're getting Shanks, and in case of Shanks, he did actually too little than he should, so that's no compare. So Morgan is actually above him, which is better, because he overdo it and Shanks underdo it, sadly. Then Kaya, she doesn't have too much of a screen time to prove how worthy she is, and her lines were basically almost the same. So, and she couldn't do much because she played sick. So yeah, it's like Usopp's mother, which was completely like one scene, that's it. You need to understand that some stuff simply it's because it's not enough. And then we're getting Garp and Kobe. And I don't know if I'm gonna even redo them, maybe at the end of the series, because they are constantly showing. Kobe's changing. I don't know, I like it. I don't know, literally I don't know, because, you know what I should think. Kobe and Garp. Garp, completely different. I'm learning him now, so they doing good job, don't make me wrong. They trying to be the main villains, because they even chasing them now, really. So yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen in the next video, how they gonna deal with that. Is it gonna be similar scene like in Water 7? Question mark. On that note, I hope you give me a like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.